No tickets, no nothing.
What's your name?
Antone White.
Antone White. And tell us a little bit about what just happened.
We were leaving TGI Fridays, having lunch, me and two friends. At the same time, there was a protest going on around the corner that we had nothing to do with whatsoever. Have we been active in protests? Yes. We weren't active in this one. We still had the receipt from TGI Fridays. You can still smell the barbecue sauce on my hands. We get into the car, we pull off. I instantly see a couple trucks following us. We turn down 4th Street off of Market, merge onto Highway 70 going west. As soon as we exit the highway, we stop at the light getting off the off ramp, and about 8 vehicles, unmarked vehicles, hit their lights, get out, point their guns at the window, put my hands up. They pull me out the car, put me on the ground, put the gun to my head, put the gun to Rika Tyler's head, put a gun to Bassam's head. Never once asked me for license or registration. First thing they asked was, is there weapons in the car? Is there drugs in the car? You a gangster disciple? No. Or you're a Crip? You're a Blood? What are you? Pull me up. Continue to walk me with a gun to my head, put me in the car, tell me they've been following us for 5 days. They've been watching us.
They said they've been following you for 5 days.
They said we were surveillance for 5 days. And they were in the car, they questioned. They didn't even know what they were going to do with us. I have no charges. I haven't been charged with anything. I was never read my Miranda rights. I didn't get a phone call until after I was released from jail. After being released from jail is the first time I was able to make a phone call.
Tell me what you've been doing though over the past, because my understanding is you've been organizing some of these nonviolent protests.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that.
I've been organizing the nonviolent protests, leading to peaceful, legal marches. We haven't broken any laws. We've actually stopped people from looting, stopped fires, put out fires ourselves. So we've been doing the police job and the fireman's job and the medic's job. I've treated people who were tear gassed. I've treated people who were hurt. We actually helped treat a man who was shot in the leg yet last night. Police shot him in the leg, and he was bleeding like crazy. They was trying to make him walk on his leg, and eventually he passed out from walking on that same leg.
They shot him with real live ammunition?
Live ammunition, and it went on unreported, of course.
Where was this?
This was on West Florissant.
On West Florissant, about what time last night?
This was probably about midnight.
What's going on with that guy right now?
We haven't seen him or heard from him, so hopefully he's okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about how things got wild on West Florissant?
Yes. We were in the middle of the crowd. I was standing on the car. Everybody was watching us because we had the radio on, and I was giving people information on the verdict and when it was coming down. Mike Brown's mama came. It was really emotional. Right when they made the announcement, she got emotional. She spoke with the crowd, and people just lost it. And they lost it when they seen police approach the crowd in riot gear. At first, it was just a couple police officers out there on the fence. Then all of a sudden you see a small army come from the back, like they were ready for war, and that's when people just lost it because they're tired of being afraid.
What would you say to the people out there that are saying that you guys are wilding out, that you guys are the ones that are bringing all of the trouble, that you guys are the ones that are being violent? What do you want them to know?
Not one police officer has been hurt or murdered. In 110 days in active protest, the only people that have been hurt were peaceful, law-abiding citizens. We've been tear gassed. We've been gassed with stuff that you can't even use in war across seas here on American soil. All because an unarmed child was shot 7 times and murdered in cold blood and left in the middle of the street for 4.5 hours. I don't care what burns down. A building, all inanimate objects can be replaced. Buildings can be replaced. Stones can be set on concrete and cemented, and walls can be rebuilt. But no alchemist, no scientist, no pastor on this planet can bring back Mike Brown.
Thank you so much.
I just want to ask you very quickly, because it looks like people like you, young people like you, are being targeted, and it's now about to be nighttime.
Of course.
What would you say to all the people and all the young people that want to protest tonight? What should they look out for? What is your message to them?
I would say keep your eyes open. Always keep somebody with you. Keep a buddy. Keep someone rolling. Actually, if you can, keep 2 people with you. Someone to film and someone just to be there with you. Watch the police. They've shown us their tactics time and time again. They're very predictable. We know when they're going to move in. We know when it's time to get out there. If you have something to cover your face with it, you can get some goggles. Get that. Everybody don't have access to gas masks. So if you could, get you some milk and magnesia. You can get it from any grocery store or convenience store or pharmacy. Milk and magnesia, bottle of water. Mix you some together. Spray it in the eyes, rub it on the face. It prevents the burning. Keep you a mask. It helps with the tear gas. Get you a painter's mask, tie a bandana over it, and get you some goggles. But we can't stop now. We can't stop now.
And just to be clear, were the men that stopped you, were they wearing police outfits?
Not at all. They were detectives who are hired to make drug busts, who are hired to do research on criminals and build cases on criminals. It wasn't a standard uniformed police. They were plainclothes officers. It felt like the FBI or the ATF was moving in on us. They got out with their guns drawn like we were criminals, like we were armed and dangerous, like they had a reason to fear for their lives, and they put guns to our heads.